Hey guys, Mr. T here, just doing another video. This one is on geometric theorems. So other than line and angle properties, geometric reasoning uses a number of geometric theorems to find unknowns using two-column proofs as well. So when you're finding these unknowns with a two-column proof, you need to use the correct name of the theorem and refer to it properly. Otherwise, your proof is meaningless. So one of the first geometric theorems is the idea of vertically opposite angles. If you have two straight lines that intersect, the angles opposite each other across those two crossing straight lines, across the intersection, they are equal. So A is going to equal B due to vertically opposite angles. The other idea is the angles at a point, because that's one revolution, the angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. So A plus B plus C is going to be 360 degrees. Angles on a straight line. If you have a situation where you have a straight line and you've got multiple lines coming into it, so therefore multiple angles formed, they're all going to add up to 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degrees. Now we get to some situations that involve parallel lines. So all of these ones coming up next involve two parallel lines, 1 and 2, and then another straight line going across both. That gives us certain geometric theorems that we can use to find unknowns. So the first one is corresponding angles. Corresponding because these two angles are pointing or in the same sort of corresponding position, and sort of pointing in the same direction. And what we know, the geometric theorem says that angle A is going to be equal to angle B according to corresponding angles. The next theorem is the alternate angle. So you have the same situation here, two parallel lines and a straight line going across them. But in this case, instead of the corresponding angles here, we have alternate angles. So this pointy one there, and this pointy one sort of in an alternate position, or you could say it's like a opposite would be here, so that's why it's called alternate. They sort of look the same, but they're like in a really the best word for it is alternate. And alternate angles tells us that that angle A is going to be equal to that angle B. There's another one, and we have another one here, co-interior or allied angles. What you'll notice is you have two parallel lines, a straight line going through them. But what makes this one easy to recognize is co-interior. Co means both or together. So they're co-interior. Both of the angles are inside this same sort of trapezium, same sort of quadrilateral shape there. So what we know from this theorem is that A and B added together are going to make 180 degrees. So that's the co-interior angles theorem. Now we can use all of these things that I've just gone through in this video to find unknowns. So let's do a couple of examples. Find both x and y in the following figure. So we need a two-column proof. So you need a statement and then a reason. So the first one, the easiest one that I can do is x. X degrees, it's not x. X degrees is equal to 48 degrees. That is equal to that. Why? Because they are corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are equal. So that's the first thing. And then now I can do y is equal to 48 degrees is equal to x degrees. Why is that? Because y and x are vertically opposite each other because you have two straight lines intersecting and they're across from each other. So y is 48 is equal to x because they're vertically opposite angles. And vertically opposite angles are equal. Next one, find x in the following figure. So we've got two parallel lines. Got a little algebra here to deal with, but let's deal with the geometric reasoning first. So statement and then reason. So x is going to be equal to 2x take 100 degrees. Why? Because that and that are in corresponding positions. Corresponding angles are equal. So that's the first thing that I know. And because they're equal, I can use algebra to find this. So you have an x on one side and x is on the other. You can't solve for x if you've got x on both sides, so I'm going to minus 2x from both sides. Because I want to get rid of the 2x on this side. But to keep it balanced, I need a minus 2x on the other side. If I've got negative 2x's and add an x to it, I'm going to have negative 1x. And 2x take 2x is going to be 0, so I'm left with negative 100. On the right-hand side, if negative x is equal to negative 100, that's the same as saying that x is equal to 100. So x is equal to 100 degrees. Alright, so that's just an example of using the geometric theorems to find unknowns. Hopefully that helps you out, and I'll see you in the next video.